Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to another edition of my videos. Today I'm going to be looking at another position from the first American Chess Congress as part of my middle game training. So in this particular video we're going to be focusing on game number 8 of the first American Congress. This was a game that was played between Alexander Beaufort Meek and William James Appleton Fuller. And in actual fact, this game, I've seen this position before. It's actually a position that you'll tend to find in a lot of tactics puzzle books, as there's actually a very strong tactical blow now that White is able to unleash. So, thankfully I was able to use my knowledge of all sort of doing lots of tactics, doing lots of things to thankfully aid me in this particular game. Okay, so instead of going through, because I got it right on the 30 seconds, I got it right on the 3, I won't focus too much on the 10. I'll kind of, give you some time to try and solve this particular tactic, and hopefully you two will be successful in solving it as well as I did. So in this particular game it's White to play and find an extremely strong move. Okay, so hopefully you managed to find the solution. I guess in order to help you in trying to get the solution, it's important to look at a number of key features in this position. Number 1, Black's king is very exposed, so that tends to be a big sort of signal that there are tactics on the horizon. Anytime a king is very unsafe, it tends to mean there's going to be some tactics on the horizon. You should be almost like waving a red rag in front of a bull when there's a king that is exposed. Number 2, I guess another feature in this position is this bishop here. This bishop has no supports at the moment. It's only protected by the queen. So if this queen was to ever move, then this bishop would then be hanging. And hopefully, with that in mind, you can probably find the next move in this position. So the move that was played, and the move that is the best move on the board, is knight takes here on a7. A very strong and powerful move. There are only 2 moves that Black can play here. Black actually plays the wrong move in this position. He elects to capture with the queen here, which is a pretty terrible move. The problem here now is Black just ends up crushing White. So I should say ends up crushing White now. I'll just show you the continuation. The bishop came out here. There was a capture. Black tried his best to complicate things, but White was able to very easily win the position. In fact, he blunders here after queen takes on a2, as this now walks into this tactic now. So this rook is threatening just to come to a8, which would in fact be checkmate. So Black has to essentially lose the queen in order to survive this position. So yeah, very interesting continuation. Very nice tactical play from White. But I think what is more interesting in this position is what happens after the continuation of the king coming to. If I go back a second, king come here. So I mean we are up a pawn in this position, but it's not easy to find the win straight away here. One idea I had immediately was capturing here with my bishop, but the problem is after knight captures and we capture with a pawn, the black queen comes here, which now checks our king and also forks this knight. So although it looks like we're sort of simplifying things off, in actual fact it makes our life a lot harder for us. But there's a much stronger continuation here, and that's after the capture here. So the point of this is, if the queen were to ever capture this knight, we've got this lovely tactic now So this is a discovered check. So the pawn checking the king, but also uncovering this beautiful attack on the queen. So that can't happen. And there's not a whole lot else that black can do in this position. If he were to, let's say, move the queen somewhere, I don't know, let's have a look at some of his options. If he comes maybe to a5, which is probably the best move, how do we continue here? I guess... apologies. So I guess the pawn move is pretty strong, or even this bishop move looks very nice, but very tempting. So I'm assuming that this is the move. So that comes with a check. Now how does black respond to this? So he's got not a whole lot of squares it can go to. He obviously doesn't want to give up the queen to the bishop. So I think that this is really the only move. But we have to be so careful in this position because our queen is still under attack here. So you know, we need to make sure that doesn't happen. How do we continue now? I guess we can go maybe the bishop here. Just throw in another check. The king moves back here. Gosh, I wonder even just then going bishop there is interesting. After bishop captures, we've got a check here. Oh, king comes back. No, it doesn't really work. So it looks nice though. It looks pretty. But so this is the key continuation. Unless I've missed something in the analysis. Let's go back to here. Just have a look at the analysis now. So let's go bishop. Oops, gone a bit too far. King to d7. And I've discussed this move now. So queen to a5. Bishop b5 is what we said. King to e7. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So doing this move. If the rook captures. And bishop g5. Bishop comes here. I need to play out this continuation. Looks very interesting. Let's have a look. So bishop comes to g5 check. King to f8. And then we start jumping in. If the bishop gets captured, oh, of course, yeah, this rook just falls, isn't it? So it's a very fascinating continuation. It's just a shame that it ended the way it did. But regardless, I mean, after all these complications, you know, black is just down a pawn at the very least, and he's going to be down more material very, very soon. So yeah, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Hope you managed to find the tactic. But otherwise, I'll see you all soon. Take care.